Welcome everybody to the webinar today. This is Robert Burns here in Seattle, Washington, and delighted that you are here with us. And you may be asking, what is an American doing on this call? Because it is not available to people as US citizens, but I have the great benefit. I married up and married a woman who is from Romania, my wife, Anna, and she's a dual citizen. So that is what enables us to participate. And the US and Canada are not open, but there are the majority of the world is open for RoboForex. So just why I'm here and most excited really about what we have with this company. So before we start, I want to show you a very important thing, which is the risk disclaimer. It's very important to understand that, and people oftentimes will avoid this that are in the Forex arena. And I don't like that. I think it very important to be clear and transparent with people that there is risk. There's a reason that if you're fortunate enough to have good trading take place, either your own trading or that of a copy trader, meaning somebody that you're copying from, you have risk. That's why you get the kind of returns that you do when it's working well. And also you can have losses. The most important phrase on this slide is right down at the very bottom. It's underlined. Note, it says, never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. And the very best way to minimize that risk is to get your capital back as quickly as you can. In other words, if you put $1,000 in, the minute you have $1,000 back in profit, you have reduced your risk a great deal. So this is an important slide. I'll just leave it here for a second. I'd encourage you to take a screenshot of it just so that there's no misunderstandings. And it's, again, important to make representations properly. And a lot of people avoid this. We don't. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert Burns. As I said, I'm married to a woman named Anna. She and her daughter, Alexandra, are from Romania. And my son and I were here, so we have a mixed family. We've got something is amiss. Hang on a minute. Robert, was there something you needed to chat with me about?
Hit by mistake, continue, sorry.
Okay. Just checking. My son is in Montana. He and I were here, and that's when we met, going on 20 years ago. Actually, it is 20 years ago. So, and I'm delighted to report I'm a brand new grandfather. We went to Romania, and almost 3 months we're there, and we're there for the birth of our grandson. The fun stuff in my world is fly fishing and bass guitar. I love both of those dearly, and am doing more of them all the time, which, is part of the benefit of this type of business, because you can control your own time. On my professional resume, I have been doing Forex type work since 2004, although kind of hit and miss, candidly. It wasn't ever really concentrated, really focused. And that has now changed over the last really 2 years. I'm really much more engaged in Forex and excited about it because the possibilities are just enormous. Also, I'm involved in real estate, love real estate, and also involved in crypto and love crypto. So those three things are kind of, and a common theme in all the stuff that I really seem to gravitate toward is that it's the products itself, be it Forex, real estate, or crypto, they make money. And so marketing that is easier than marketing a skincare product, a nutritional supplement, whatever it may be, at least for me. Internet marketing and team building also, as Robert alluded to, those are things I've done for a long while. In fact, we were doing it before it was called internet marketing. We meaning people that I've worked with literally for decades. So this is an area that gives us a special amount of reach. I have team members, and geez, it's hard to imagine, on virtually every continent, and so does Robert. And it comes from this concept called internet marketing, and we'll show you how you can apply that here if you choose to engage in the affiliate part. Here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to get into copy trading, the solidity of the broker, how you get withdrawals, how compounding works. If you choose to engage as an affiliate, it's optional, by the way, but if you choose to engage in that, we'll show you how that works. And then at the very end of part one, we'll do the drawing and show you, you can participate if you are here to take a look at that. And then part 2, we'll have a little break in between, and then have a, for those that are ready to engage, a means of being able to get plugged in right away, like today. So here's the drawing. To participate in the drawing, these are recent winners, certainly not all of them. We need to update this slide, but if you are here and you are taking a look as a guest and you have not yet registered for Robo4X, you can participate in the drawing. If you are here and you have registered, you have verified, but you have not funded, you can participate in the drawing. If you have funded, you may not participate in the drawing. So that's where the line is, in between registering a guest, somebody who is registered and not funded, or funded can't participate. So I hope that's clear. If you are a guest, please pop your name in chat, and then we'll know to add you to the drawing at the end. One of the fellows that's in this slide, by the way, this fellow right here, Don Murray, who's from Northern Ireland, he's from Belfast. Don participated in one of these presentations and was there one day, won the drawing. And most folks will plug in to the copy trading, but this one kind of stood out as a special example of what's possible. So Don got the $100, and Don went about, he decided he wanted to do the trading himself because he has the background to do that. Don turned that $100. He's already, and this number is an old number. I've got to get an updated slide from him, but Don has made, I think the last slide I saw was 160% already, you know, and not a long time. So he started in June, and by July 21, he had turned his $100 into $200. When you see this particular type of account, by the way, you say, wait a minute, that looks like $10,000. Wait, I'm not tracking. This actually is 10,000 pennies. This is what's called a pro-cent account. Okay, this means that this kind of an account can be traded like a $10,000 account, so you have your proportions all right. But Don took that and turned it into that right there, 20,000. So what is manual trading? Manual trading is something that you have to have skills for. It's not easy. It's not simple. Anybody that tells you it is lying. It is active. There's nothing about it that is passive. It takes a lot of skill, a lot of guts and tenacity, and just, you know, it can be, you can have your highest highs and your lowest lows engaging this. And anybody that has traded knows what I just said is true. Now, how does that contrast to copy trading? What is copy trading? Copy trading is, you don't have to have any skill. It's easy. It's simple. And it's passive. You know, you can be doing whatever you love doing once it's set up, and assuming you have selected a good trader or traders, maybe, you know, 2, 3, or 4, ultimately, and you have some diversification as a result. Copy trading will afford you the opportunity to earn money. It's real trading. You're trading a trader that's out there in the market. We have ones that we're fond of, and we'll show you how we go through the process of selecting those in just a minute. But the key thing is you don't have to have the skill. So it's in sharp contrast to manual trading. You can do this with literally no trading skill. Get your account set up, get it verified, get it funded, connect a trader, and then sit back and watch the trader do what the trader does. So that's a very exciting element. In fact, when I initially looked at Robo4X, I had decided I really liked this broker. And before I met this good-looking Irishman that's on the call, Robert Russell, I saw Robo4X and I thought, yep, this is a broker on my short list. I want to get an account with them. I read the reviews. I liked everything I saw. One day up pops on my Facebook feed this Irishman named Russell, and I went, whoa, wait a minute. Robo4X has copy trading, really? And the rest is history. That was in February, been involved ever since. And one of the best decisions I've made from a business standpoint. I think this is a fantastic model. Now, here are some of the reasons that we believe that. You know, this number actually is a bit light. I'm told it's over 5 million clients now in 169 countries, lots of awards. You can do your own research on this, go on the website, and you can find out, you know, what things they've done, what accolades they have won. The company actually is registered and regulated by the country of Belize. Their regulatory body is called FSC. RoboForex also is the participant in a commission of people that voluntarily join a commission of different brokers. And this is in the whole intention of this thing is to provide a means of doing arbitration. So if one of the participants in the commission, one of the different brokerages has an issue with the client, or more importantly, the client has an issue with that particular brokerage, then there's a means of being able to have independent arbitration where if the client wins, the financial commission then will, as a coalition, will award up to 20,000 euros in the event that there's some kind of a challenge where it's clear that the brokerage didn't behave properly. What this is, guys, is a way of just demonstrating that there's very good faith on the part of the brokers that are participants in this commission. They want to make sure that they take care of their clientele. Now, what are the different instruments that are available to people when they trade with RoboForex, either as a manual trader or as using copy trading? You have the opportunity, of course, Forex, not surprisingly, cryptocurrencies, stocks, indices. Indices are, think of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which goes by the name US 30. It's the top 30 industrial companies. The DAX would be the German version of the same thing, meaning there's the top 40 industrial companies in Germany. The UK 100 would be the top tech companies. I believe it's tech companies in the UK. And in the case of the NAS 100, that I'm more clear on, that is the top 100 companies in the US. Those are examples of indices, and you can trade these. A lot of people that are in our crew really like indices. Additionally, we have ETFs, soft commodities, energies, and metals is another popular area, gold in particular. It can be a wild bronco to stay in front of and stay on top of. So it's a double-edged sword, but it can be very good if you have a skilled trader. So again, the awards, I'm not going to really belabor the point on that. There's lots of them and you can find them. They're not hard to find. I found them without knowing anything about RoboForex, and I'm sure you can too, just doing a Google search. Now, information on traders. This is some of the criteria that we use when we personally select a trader and vet a trader. Are we perfect? We're not. We're just not. I want to be real here, but we do our best. Why? Because it's our money we're putting in front of these copy traders, not just advocating others sign up, but we have skin in the game. In other words, if we do a poor job of selecting the trader, we get poor results. We don't like that, and I'm sure you don't either. Conversely, if we do a good job, that means this is a trader we like the looks of and we have good results with. Well, of course, that we want to pass along to our clientele and show them, a trader that really does have tight stop losses, drawdowns are lowish, past performance. There's the old cliche, not really, it's a very popular disclaimer. Past performance is not an indication of future results. That's true, but it gives you a thumbnail at least. The win ratio in trades, what is that? This often can be very deceiving, by the way. I got a 98% win ratio. The guy with 50% may clobber you. In other words, it's not about the win ratio as much as it is how they manage losses. And this is often a misconception that people have. Telegram channel and group. This is a very important thing. The trader that communicates with their clientele, meaning the subscribers, is a better trader. They're engaged. They have skin in the game. They want to, when they have a good day, when they have a bad day, they want to explain what's happening. That's a nicety, and really from most of our standpoint, it's a necessity. We want to know what the trader's up to. Total number of trades, total number of investors. How many subscribers do they have? That's a good indication. If they have a lot of people, that's a sign that things are going pretty well. Now, here is an example. What is this? This is an example just to show you my FX book. What's my FX book? My FX book is a tool that think of it like a report card for trading. In other words, it shows you the gain, it shows you the daily gain, the daily ROI, the monthly ROI, the drawdown. It shows you today's results, this week, this month, and so forth. It gives you a good idea very quickly. And there's a lot of stuff on here that most people will never look at, including me. But the basics are, what's the daily return? What's the monthly? What's the drawdown? You want that number low, you want that number high. It's as simple as that. Now, we have a new trader that we just introduced. It isn't introducing it today. This is a little bit dated, this slide, but we're We're very happy with the results, and I'm about to show you. Here was week 1. Trader does 9%. Okay, that week. Pretty good. Next week, 14.99% is now the result over actually that week. Well, you can see here was July 17th. Here was July 28th. Third week, up to 21%. So how do you like this? There's 9. There's 15. There's 21. Pretty clear pattern, right? In other words, you see the kind of result that this trader is achieving on a consistent basis. Will they have losses? Yes, it's real trading. Do they mitigate the losses and do they keep them low? A good trader does, and this one does that. In other words, he's human. He does that. And you see down here, here was the week. Here was the month. I'm not quite sure why that was. There was an initial loss in the beginning of the month, but you see this week was 5.3. But here's the punchline. So far, since July 17th, this trader has generated 21.22%. So you put your $1,000 in, it's now worth $1,213. Try getting that at the bank, right? It ain't going to happen, right? Yes, you have your money's very safe in the bank, but if you're getting under 1% ROI per year, which most banks, at least the banks in the US, that's what they pay, you're actually going backwards. When you calculate that against the inflation, you're actually going backwards. You're not making money if in fact you have money in the bank. Here, if you're willing to take the risk, and you have the stomach for some risk, this is the kind of return that can be generated. It's very, very powerful. Now, this is on an account type called an ECN account. What does that mean? That means that if somebody has with this trader $750 and up, they should use this type of an account. If, however, they have a smaller dollar figure, meaning $100, we have something called a ProCent account, which I touched on earlier in the presentation. The ProCent account is here. Notice that there's a slight variance. This is like almost 8% compared to 9%. So there's a disparity between the ECN and the ProCent account, just a little bit. Why is that? Well, this account you can play with $100, but the fees are higher. The spread is not quite as competitive as the ECN. So if you have money, the ECN is better. Can you grow this and then move the money from here over to an ECN? Yes, you can, but it allows the guy with a guy or gal with $100 to play. See, that's pretty powerful. You can play here with $100. Here was week 1. Here was week 2. Same kind of pattern. It proportionally, it's virtually identical, but it's just a little bit behind the ECN performance. ECN performance, because it's direct to the market. It's a preferable account if you have the bucks to play there. And then the third step is third one, 17.53 compared to 21.22. Still a very respectable return over this period of time, but there is a difference. Okay, but again, this person now that had their 10,000 pennies in here, that is now worth 11,363. They made 1,100, and whatever that is, that would be $11, right? Am I right on that? I think I am. Or no, excuse me, $13. So pretty good. That's something that when you see that actually manifest, it's real cool. Now, if you are interested in using this trader and you like this trader, get together with the person that referred you here. Honor that person that brought you to the dance, because you could sign up directly with the trader, but the person that brought you here is the reason you're seeing this. Be sure to honor them and get their link, their trader link, to enroll with the trader. It's very important to do that, because that ensures that they're going to get some additional compensation and they thought enough of you to invite you. Now, let's look at traders or a trader graphic. What do you think about this trader? Just quick reaction. Type in chat. Do you like him? Yes. Just a Y or a no? This is a trick question. I admit it before we do it. Do you like him? No. Yes, says Paul. No, says Robert Russell. Everybody else, what do you think? You can't see it in this one, but looks good. Okay. Anybody else? Yes. Michael. Well, here's what I submit. This looks good, but what's missing? What's missing is what I call shark bites. It looked like the teeth of a fish, doesn't it? Came in and took a bite out of here. Is this desirable? I submit it is, because if you see this, what's missing are losses. This trader may look good, but when they have that day where, you know, like gold would be a classic example. We had a gold trader that beat us up, right? I mean, like wasn't a good selection. What was missing in that case was they didn't have losses. This trader here, by contrast, they have losses. There's a loss, but right back up. There's a loss. Not a big shark bite, not a great white. That's a little itty bitty shark. Okay, but you want to see this movement like this and have losses. This means that, guys, they're protecting your capital, which I submit is the most important thing. Not even the return compares to capital protection. Yes, it's important, but having your capital protected is more important. Now, moving along, how do you get money in and out of Robo4X? You can use Visa, MasterCard, AstroPay, Advanced Cash, crypto. It depends. All of this depends, by the way, on which country you're in. I'll show you the country of Romania. This is in the EU. Most Asian countries, most African countries are similar to what you see here, which is a very flexible means of being able to get deposits in. My personal favorite is this one, which is crypto. It's a stable coin called USDT TRC20. It's quick, it's inexpensive. But as you see, you've got lots of choices: MasterCard, Visa, N26, Revolut, bank transfer, all kinds of things. Also, how do you get your money out? Well, if you choose this one right here, USDT TRC20, you can also get your money out that way, which is nice. But you do have a lot of flexibility with Robo4X. And Robert Russell did this particular series of withdrawals, which I think is just terrific, because it shows here is USDT TRC20. There's $382. Took him 2.5 hours to get it. 445, 4 hours and 20 minutes. $80, 5 hours. $536 with wire transfer at the bank. This was surprising to me. 13 minutes. Are you kidding me? That's super. Now, the next one took 22 hours. Go figure. Who knows? We tell people, what is the number you tell people on withdrawals, Robert?
So withdrawals always allow up to 3 days, and they're on point. 3 days is the limit.
Okay. So to create realistic expectation level, his number is better, because if we tell them 3 days and we lie to them and it's actually a lot shorter, that's okay. Here's 1 day this is Visa, MasterCard. Here's 15 hours. I have had personal experience using a company called Wise, which I'm very fond of, those that know me. Terrific service. I'm not a shareholder, but you can transfer money in your native currency, have a bank account there, get other ones in different currencies, and move money around. It's an awesome service. And they have a debit card. I literally got stuff in minutes, more than once. So I'm a big fan of that service, but you get the idea. You can get your money out readily. You can get your money in readily. It's sort of like the Las Vegas, Las Vegas, it's easy to get in the casino. They have a giant conveyor belt, but not so much on the way out. This isn't that. This is, you can get your money out at this, just as rapidly as you can get it in. Now, what I'm about to show you is one that for me and for many is really, really fun. And it's important to go over the disclaimer again before what I'm about to show you, which is that trading is risky. Never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. Don't use the mortgage money, the rent money, the grocery money. It should be discretionary money. And that, if something went very wrong, and things can from time to time in the Forex market, some unexpected things can happen. Somebody shoots a nuclear missile, that can have a very, very profound effect on the markets. Hopefully that never happens, but it could. Compounding. What is compounding? Compounding, as shared by none other than Albert Einstein, he said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. And when you see what I'm about to show you, man, it really brings that point home. What I want to start with is, let's say over time, when people do this, inevitably they will start with a test account first. They'll say, okay, I want to test the water. Maybe that's $100, maybe that's $1,000, depending on somebody's resources. It could be, you know, any number. Some people will test with $5,000 with the intent of putting in 100 grand. Just depends on their resources. But whatever that number is, invariably, when somebody likes it, they'll say, okay, that $100 is cool. I get the idea. I see the percentages, all that's cool. But is it generating a meaningful number? Probably not, right? It's probably, I mean, you can't even go to McDonald's with a 3% return on $100. That's $3, right? You got to have a more meaningful top line number to get a return that is something that you can actually derive some really meaningful benefit from. What is that number for you? I don't have a clue. You know, I don't know what your financial situation is like, what your resources are like. It's a question that's very subjective. I don't know how to answer that, but what I'll show you, I want to show you $10,000, okay, just for a number. Do you put it in initially? No. Do you have to start with 10,000? No. Start with a test account that's comfortable for you. Again, with money you can afford to lose, whatever that number is. But I want to show you 10,000 because you'll get the idea. Let's assume that somebody started a test account with $1,000, $1,000, and they said, okay, I like the way this works. Here's 10. I want to really see if this will compound over time. So I'm going to start that with 10. I'm going to put the interest rate in, keeping in mind over in our presentation here, you saw here, you saw 1 point recent. This is a recent and current for this particular trader that we're pretty fond of. So this trader, by the way, charges 30% performance fee. So whatever the number is, you've got to deduct 30% from that to get to the net number that you actually receive. So that's an important thing to be mindful of. All that, you know, the traders don't work for free. They're doing a lot of work and they should be paid. They're very good at what they do, the good ones. And so you have to be mindful of what does that return look like. I think you're going to see this trader increase this number, by the way, and I'm not saying that to puff. I really do. I think you're going to see this number well above this, probably in the 1.5 to 2% range over time, because he's very good. And he's about to do some things that will improve the performance. But I'm going to use this number right now because it's real. Okay, right now. This was the one today when I did the screenshot that was representative of what this last week was, or the period up until now. So I'm gonna use 0.7 to start. Okay, whoops, not 1.7, 0.7. And let's go for a year. Let's see what this looks like over a year. Now, let me do this also. I want to get you guys this. Hang on a minute. I'm going to get you this tool set so you have this for yourself. Let me find it here. Hang on a minute. I'll send this to you in chat. These are the parameters that you need to contemplate when using this tool that I'm showing you. And if you click on the link in chat that I'm sending to you right now, you'll have it when we end the presentation. You'll have it on your browser. So go to chat and click that link while I'm going through this, and you'll be able to see how to use this tool. Hang on 1 minute here. We've got somebody with the name Zoom that is unmuting, and it's creating a little bit of background interference here. Give me just a moment. We'll get that fixed. Okay. That is now fixed. All right. So what do you guys think this $10,000 at a 0.7 daily rate? I just failed to explain this. I realized I hadn't sent you that link. Do you include all days of the week? What do you think? I'm seeing a head shake. No. What do you think? Yes on include all days of the week or no? Okay, we're getting lots of messages from somebody. Zoom. Okay, I think Zoom, your history. I think you're here for nefarious intent, and I'm just going to make an executive decision right now. Yeah, well, he bailed out, or Robert nuked him. Okay, here we go. So we're going to choose no on this. Why are we going to choose no? Because Forex trades 5 days a week. If you were trading crypto, it would be 7 days a week. If it's Forex, it's 5 days a week. Hit calculate and voila, your 10 grand turns into 61K. Wow. Right? I mean, try to get that at the bank. Right? It's mind-boggling. And the way this tool works, you know, we start August here. We're 1 week in, basically. We would have for the remainder of August $1,417 in earnings, making our total go from 10,000 to 11,000. Next month, assuming that 0.7 is like clockwork, it won't be. It'll be higher, it'll be lower. But just if we had an average of that, you'd have $1,801. You end September with $13,218. You start trading. Notice this is now $2,000. It's going up nicely in this column. What is this? This is compounding in living color. This is the ability to take your money and use the muscle of the interest rate on a daily basis. The more frequent that trading is taking place, the more muscle there is. If you leave it alone and you just don't touch it, it's going to turn into this, assuming it gets a 0.7% every day. And this isn't magic. This isn't voodoo. This is math. This is real. This is something that is very predictable, assuming that you get a good, consistent return. Okay, now, pretty powerful, right? Let's look at what this looks like if we take this 0.7 and let's say that we go to 1%, right? 0.3%. It sounds like peanuts, right? That's puny. Little itty bitty change, 0.3%. What do you think the number is going to be going from? I haven't hit enter yet. We keep in mind we started at 61,757. If I just change it 0.3%, what do you think the end number is going to be? Oh, Albert is, Robert, are you on top of Albert?
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm kicking them out one by
Okay,
one.
good. Got to mind the store. We have people show up that have nefarious intent. I guess that's a good sign. That must mean we're making some impact because these rascals show up and do crude, lewd, lascivious behavior sometimes, and we boot them out and we carry on. So back to my question. We up it by 0.3%. What do you think the number is going to be? Type your answer in chat. Michael says 100K. I like your number, Michael. So he thinks it's going to go from 61 to 100 with a 0.3% change. What does everybody else think? Come on, guys. Let's have some fun here. What do you think it's going to be? Michael says 100. What other answers do we have? Come on, man. It's morning in America. And I'm energized. Come on, guys. I can't withdraw. I withdraw every, okay. Well, okay, that's fine. 120, 125, 130,000. Okay. Yeah, and you can do whatever you want. I mean, this is just an example. You don't have to do this, certainly, but a lot of people will do this because of the amount of wealth they can create. I profit $100. Okay. 125. Abayomi, I'm assuming that means 125,000. So I'll quit with the drama. There you go. You more than doubled that money with 0.3 point. You went to 134,000 with your $10,000. How awesome is that? And you can see as this goes along, you're starting to generate earnings per month. You know, here we are just about a year later, you're earning from your 10 grand, you're earning 18, 26 and so forth. I mean, that's pretty good income. What I want to draw your attention to also is that somewhere on this, in this example, so let's assume that you got 1% a day and the trader performs to that degree. There's a point at which somewhere between October and November in this example, or excuse me, right? Between October and November, you would have hit 20,000, right? 18,532 at the end of October, 23,000 at the end of November. Somewhere in between is 20 grand. What do you think I'm going to suggest you do when you hit 20 grand? take 10 out. One of the people in the chat made that point. I want to do withdrawals. He'd be right in my estimation. In other words, if you put 10 in, take 10 out. If you've hit 20, then you've got 10 that you're using profit to do your compounding with. You're not using your initial principal. You've got that back. You've got your seed money back. How cool is that? Right? In other words, somewhere between October and November in this example, pull that money out. You have now de-risked, to use Robert Russell's term, de-risked. You have gotten your capital back. Pretty cool deal, right? You have a means of being able to do that and then let her roll. You know, what happens if you say, all right, over time, I think when I get to 100K, this assumes that you've done what I just suggested. You've taken your $10,000 back out. Let's say over time you get to 100K. In this example, that would be somewhere probably about a year out. Okay. And I just want to show you this just to kind of give you the idea of the end game here. 100 grand. And let's say at that point in time, that was a bunch of months from now, end of July, or let's say August of 24. You're now hit 100 grand. You don't need the money to be taken out all the time, or rather to reinvest. You say, I think I want to look at what it looks like if I took 50% out and left 50% in. You can do that with this calculator, daily reinvest. So 50% is going back in, 50% is coming out. What does that translate to? Your $100,000 in a year you would have earned 535,000. Your overall investment value, your account value is 367, but ding, 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 you've put 267 in your pocket. How cool is that, right? In other words, you've got a new column here. You've got your earnings here, how much you're reinvesting into your account, which shows up over here. But look at this one, cash out. Cash out is now what is coming into your wallet directly. And you see, as you clip along here, this looks pretty good, right? In other words, by here, you're earning almost 80K a month. You know, it's mind-boggling, right? I mean, what if, you know, the crazy thing, well, people will say, well, I don't know if this is going to work. What if it does? What if you actually found a trader that could do this with consistency? Because this is just math. If you find that consistency in the trader, this will manifest. There is an if there, if you find that consistency in that trader, and that's not easy. But let's say that happens. Now, here's what gets insane. I showed you 1 year. Let's see what 2 years looks like. Same numbers. The only parameter I'm changing is the term. Calculate. Boom. Your account value, how much you put in your jeans in your pocket. There you go. 2,488% return over time. You're clipping along here, earning gangsta bucks. It is full on gangsta, right? In other words, look at that. You know, you're earning $100,000 a month from October of 25. And have people done this? Yes. Have people done this that are on our team? Yes, for a period of time until the trader had a hiccup. We have traders now that we don't think will have hiccups. They will have some, but they're going to be little hiccups, little shark bites, not big ones. So this is why we're so excited about this. And this is, you know, I hope if nothing else, I've shown you the potential of what you can play around with this. You can do things like, let's go back to 1 year. Let's change this to 70% because I don't think I need that amount of money out. I want to grow the account more. This is an eye opener. Your 100,000 turns into 600. You've taken out 221. So your account is growing more in this example because you're putting 70% back in. In other words, this column is 70%. This column is 30%. You're still taking out almost $250,000. Not bad, right? And again, what if this actually worked? This is why people are in Forex, because these kinds of things can manifest if you have the right trader, they do the right things, and you do that with consistency. We have a trader group right now that we're very, very enthusiastic about that is doing great things right now. We believe we will have another trader that is unrelated, but of comparable performance that trades the US 30. We think that will be coming to a theater near you a week from now. In other words, that we will be able to roll that out and show you this trader. And we're most excited about these traders. Speaking of which, when you see our branding on this, The reason that we're not disclosing the name of the trader is we don't want to have them have any potential of people giving them a hard time. In other words, you can communicate with them in the Telegram channel, but we on purpose keep the trader identity anonymous because we don't want them distracted with having to deal with clientele, or they have a bad day and somebody says, well, I'm going to come and hurt you. You know, I mean, that's actually happened with a previous trader that trader then decided not to be involved in the business anymore because he said, I don't need this. So we learned from that. We said, okay, we're going to maintain the anonymity of our trader crew. Our existing one, Zorro 50, is really killing it. You're going to see one coming out that's another one under the Zorro banner, and we're most excited about that. So what have I shown you so far? I've shown you copy trading. I've shown you the solidity of the broker, withdrawals, and how compounding works. What I want to do now is just really get into a couple of things that this coming week, each week we have a standard operating procedure. This event is every Saturday. This one right here, none other than Robert Russell and Tony Lack have a class that they do that teaches all of the basics of plugging in. How do you register? How do you verify? You know, how do you get a trader connected to your account? All the basics of getting copy trading going takes place every week. It's our standard method of operation at 8 p.m. UK time every week. So you can plug your people in, get them connected, have them learn how to get everything glued together. On Wednesdays, this is the thing right now I am most excited about, because Robert Russell has a class that he does at 7:30 p.m. every Wednesday. And so here's kind of a natural progression. Somebody gets involved, they do copy trading, and that may be all they do, and we love them. But then they say, I'm kind of interested in learning how to trade myself. I think I want to, test the water here and give it a whirl. And can I learn how to trade? And the answer is you can. Robert Russell and myself are examples of that. I've got a lot to learn, in that process. I have, I aspire to be a good trader that is consistent one day, and I'm not there yet. If that sounds like you, and this part, by the way, this is not easy. I don't want to, make it seem like this is like copy trading. It's not. This again is that active trading thing. But if you aspire to do that, it's a hell of a value. He's providing trading that people would pay hundreds of dollars for a month. You get it for free. No joke. I mean, it's a really powerful thing. He's got a methodology where he'll show you how to use Trading View and plug in some indicators, and you'll learn all manner of stuff. If you're inclined to learn it, great opportunity to do so. And then each Saturday we have this presentation, and part 2 of this presentation is the Monday class. In other words, we get people plugged in so they're ready for trading the following week. If you're interested in engaging, reach out to the person that referred you here, get their link, and we will help you connect in part 2 today. Please message your introducer, your sponsor, your pal, whoever referred you here. Also, make note of this website right here. I'm going to send it to you in chat right now. This is a website that you can use 24/7. So if you can't find your sponsor right at the moment, they're not available, go to this website once you have their link, and it will walk you through all the steps. Nobody can sign you up off that website. You have to have the link of who referred you, but you can use that website as a utility to help you get plugged in. Now, the affiliate and partner program, very simple. I'll go through this and then we'll get to the drawing. This is simple. It works. You can withdraw money. You can add the money that you earn as an affiliate to the compounding if you wish. Again, the affiliate part is optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to do this. No worries. How do you earn money? You can earn it from the daily returns that you enjoy from the trader. You can refer people and get to that trader and get a piece of the weekly profit that is earned. You can earn from the 5 tiers of compensation that come in from the fees that the broker charges. Every broker charges fees, including this one. They're reasonable. And as an affiliate, you participate in that at something called an IB, an introducing broker, better known as an affiliate. And lastly, you get monthly bonuses on this particular compensation. So this is a nice combination of compensation. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you put in $5,000. And, this probably isn't what you start with. It might be you do a test and then you ultimately get to $5,000. Let's say that you earn 23% in a month. You may earn less, you may earn more, but let's just use that for an example. It's only an example. Just so you see the math here. You have a gross profit of $1,150. And with many of the traders that you see in our stable and in Robo4X, you'll see that they charge 30% performance fee. So here's the math on that. You take your 1150, multiply it times 0.7. That's taking out your 30%. Here's your net. Gross, net that you earned that month. You start next month, 5850. There's compounding right away, right then and there. And notice our trader in 3 weeks has earned 21%. This is actually a bit low compared to our trader, but just to be conservative, you see this example. Let's say then over time, you go out and you talk to your friends and 5 of your friends do the same thing. They each come in with $5,000. So you have $25,000, 23% profit. There's 5750. 5750 times 30% is 1725. The trader, because you referred those clients, agrees to split that with you 50-50. You get $862 that come just from the trader part. Pretty cool, right? Add this to your money that you earned here on your own account. You know, you start the next month with it. If you chose to put this in your trading account, you have $1,600 more dollars. You're accelerating your compounding a lot. And you don't have to do that. You say, hey, I want to pay down the car payment. Great. Good on you. You want to pay the mortgage a little more rapidly? Good on you. You want to go buy groceries? Good on you. It's your money. You can do with it what you wish. Here's how we're compensated on the 5 tiers. Okay. This is on the brokerage fees. I was kind of dismissive of this when I first saw it because I said, it's, they don't charge that much. It's, it's their competitive broker, but I was wrong. This can translate to a lot of money. To give you an idea of that, Robert Russell, would you humor me and tell folks what you're earning on average per week from this, just this?
That level there between, it's average and now we're going over $700 a week.
Nice. And I know he has had spikes over $1,000 in a day on occasion. We're working back toward that. We had a trader that, well, it's a long story, but beat us up, and now we've retooled and regrouped. We're not going anywhere. We have tenacity. We're persistent. So we're working back to that number. I've got to catch him, but this is a very, very powerful thing over time, and it's working. When you have traders that come aboard and want to copy trade underneath you, great. When they decide they want a manual trade, great. Those accounts tend to be bigger, by the way, when people are manual trading. So this can really add up. And then once a month, if you've earned between $100 to $500 in this part of the plan, you get 10% of whatever you've earned. In this case, up to $50. If you have earned between $500 and $30,000 on those, you earn an additional 15%. Again, all of these are paid out at the first of the month, up to $4,500 on this part. And if you are, a Starfleet commander, you've got, you're earning more than 30K a month on that plan. You get paid 20% of that number, whatever that number is, starting at $6,000 and up per month, just in a bonus once a month. Not bad. So, in short, it's simple. It works. You withdraw the money. You can add it to your compounding. It's your money. You can do with it what you wish. Now we get into the drawing. And what we'll do at this point, Robert, if you would give me the list of folks, I will enter them and we can start getting the drawing going.
No problem, Robert. We might have a few extra this week, so bear with me.
Okay.
So the first one is Paul.
This is a fun part of this whole presentation. My most fun here. I get to be game show host. We need the Jeopardy music. I had it. I've got to somehow build that in with a click. So we got Paul.
Yeah, Johnson. Yeah. Bear with me. I need to go through the chat.
Now, guys, while he's doing that, you can participate. You are eligible if you're a guest and you're here seeing this for the first time. You are eligible. Put your name in chat as guest. Type guest, and we will be sure to enter you in the drawing.
Okay, we have Michael.
Okay, Michael. If you have registered, but you have not funded yet, you can participate in the drawing. If you've funded, you cannot participate in the drawing.
Okay, we have, okay, so we have Osman,
Okay.
hold, guys, let me see. So do we have a Michael on there? Yeah.
Yep, I got Michael.
We have Rob.
There's Don Murray. Welcome, Don.
Yeah, Don's there.
The Irish are well represented today.
Oh, yes, as always. So these names are coming on thick and fast. So you put in Rob, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have a guest called Hans.
Hans.
Hans, H-I-N-S.
H-A-N-S.
Yes, correct.
Yep. Okay.
And
Robel.
Robel, R-O-B-E-L.
And again, guys, if you're here for the first time, you're eligible. If you have registered and verified, but you have not funded, you're eligible. If you've funded, you're not eligible. So just let us know where you are in that.
I'm just trying to go through here. Bear with me because there was a lot of names I don't want to miss. So we have Afak, yeah.
Okay.
And then we have UWE as well. Was for, yeah, UWE.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, if we have missed your name, put it in chat now because there's so much happened in the chat. I don't want to miss anybody. So we have a Robert that was from. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting enough Roberts where we need last names. What is the last name of the Robert that was just typed?
We have a Robel from Ethiopia.
Robel, we've got.
Don't
need to enter it but once, guys. I like your style. You're trying to increase your odds.
So we have another one, S-H-I-H.
Okay, I will get there. Give me 1 second. Robert, who typed their name, My Club app that typed Robert. What is the last name, please? Give us the last name on Robert. And we've got Shawruck. I apologize in advance if I'm mispronouncing your name. Shawruck. Okay. We've got Tim. Boy, that one is a challenging one for me for some reason. Tim Millehin. Okay. And Omolara.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert Ramsden. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Robert, see, we've got you once already. Guys, don't enter twice, please. We've already got that one. We've got Rob Ramsden up here.
Yeah.
So
I think by looking of this, we are okay. I think we have everybody.
All right.
Okay.
Are we ready? Are we ready to rumble? Here we go.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everybody.
Keep your fingers crossed, guys. Here we are. Boom. Okay, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's zeroing in on, boy, by the hair of your chinny chin, Michael.
Michael, congratulations.
Nicely done, Michael. Where is Michael? Michael, top Spain. Okay.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. So he is in Angelo's team, so that's perfect. I will get that. If his account is verified, KYC'd, we'll get him on a call. I'll get the account funded with $100. Excellent.
Perfect. And make sure you heard that, guys. So when somebody comes as a guest, they can be, again, a guest. They can be registered and verified, but not funded. Okay. Yeah. In other words, if they fund, then there's no, they can't participate. But then if they're not verified yet, once they get verified, then Robert will transfer the money. And I'm grateful to Robert for doing this because it's very generous. He does this every week. And so it's a very, if you're an affiliate, what a great way to bring people into the business. In other words, somebody, this was actually probably the most guests we've had on one roll of the wheel. which is a good sign. We're going the right way.
Yeah.
The odds are still quite good. I mean, I'd take these odds over Las Vegas any day. You have a pretty good shot of winning here. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream and